Hello, every pony. So I've decided to make a video talking about being homeschooled, since that's such a massive part of my life, and it has been for a really long time. Yeah, I suck at this, I know. So my parents tried to get me to go to school. They had taken me to kindergarten. And that did not go well. Looking back now, it seems like I had maybe some type of attachment issues with my mother. I did not like leaving her side. I did not like being away from her all that much. So eventually, after a little bit, they had taken me out of school and started homeschooling me, which I feel was a really good idea, because when I am autistic, I struggle with groups like that. School, it just wouldn't work, and it didn't. So they took me out of school. They took me out of kindergarten specifically. And I don't exactly remember them telling me anything. I mean, they could have not. I don't remember, obviously. But basically, one day I just stopped going because I hated it. It made me really miserable. So I stopped going. And I'm very grateful for my parents doing that, or at least my mother, because I'm not sure if my father was on board with that idea. He's more traditional, per se. But that basically was the starting point for me being homeschooled. And it had worked so amazingly. And it still does. Although it can, one thing about homeschooling is that it can get lonely, but there are definitely a lot of other homeschooled people and homeschooling parents and whatever. So it isn't necessarily hard to find a community, it's just hard to, at least for me, to find people that I fit in with. Because I have different interests. I'm autistic. I am also trans, so there's another thing. I'm different than a lot of the people that we've found throughout the years, and it's just a lot of these people aren't my people, and that's okay. They're other people's people, they just aren't mine. They're not my right kind of people. They're not the people I want to be around, and maybe they don't want to be around me, who knows. But they just don't work with me. They don't fit my vibe. I am so sorry that I just ramble about that. I ramble and I ramble and I ramble. But being homeschooled is so much better for me. I end up feeling better. I've definitely had my problems throughout the years, like making friends, finding community, but that's primarily because I am autistic. I have autism spectrum disorder. And even though with what some people may consider me quote-unquote high functioning, I'm just me, and I happen to be autistic. So I work with some people, and I don't with others. Although, almost every year until COVID, or until the virus, I don't know, I'm not making money, who cares? Me and my mom and my sister had been going to these homeschooling conventions, in Washington. I think it's Washington. I'm pretty sure. It's somewhere there. And last year we went because COVID wasn't as bad. And then I ended up getting sick after, which sucks. But it happens. But hopefully this year we will go back to the homeschooling conferences because they're so much fun. I wasn't able to fully enjoy last year because in X, since they lived in Washington or nearby, close enough, my mother had contacted his father and scheduled for them to come over so me and him could hang out. But I wasn't able to fully enjoy it because he was there and I wanted to spend time with him. But overall, I'm glad I've been homeschooled most of my life. I'm glad I am. I intend on going to college simply because I want to be a nurse. Homeschooling has been an awesome choice for me. I've considered going to school here and there, mainly just for the experience, because we know it's not for your education. It just wants us to be corporate slaves. But overall, I think homeschooling is such a good idea, whether someone is autistic or not. I think homeschooling is the best option for a kid. Thank you for listening or watching this speed thing, whatever it may be. I am so sorry, I was just rambling, but it feels good to ramble. So I hope you enjoyed, and bye.